notice there's a number of people who haven't submitted things. And so when I went to go and enter marks, there was some things like 0% in my class. As a result of not completing anything. So if you are planning on passing this course, just a friendly reminder that you have to do things.
There was math homework? I was busy with the circumference of a circle.
Unfortunately, we are not at that point of this unit.
Oh. Number of pets owned. I have one pet.
Okay, so your first job with this package of cards. What are you laughing at? Which one? Are you laughing at that? Which one? You like ice cream a lot? What's your favorite flavor?
Depends on the day.
It varies. What's your favorite flavor today? You can eat ice cream. Cookie dough? Anyone else? Big cookie dough fan? Are you talking like Dairy Queen Blizzard flavors now?
Oh, no, like a 10-pound too.
I had like the ice cream subscription from Chavon for a while. It was lovely.
I like ice cream.
You like ice cream too?
Yeah.
What's your favorite flavor?
Vanilla.
Vanilla. Tiger. I always hated Tiger.
Mint chocolate chip is pretty good, honestly.
Yeah. Anyone else other favorite flavors of ice cream? Cookie dough as well? Yeah. Oh my god, that was really good.
Ben & Jerry's is so good.
Oh, okay. That sounds excellent. Yeah. Did you know that they sell brownie M&Ms at the facility over here? They're amazing. I strongly recommend them. Then you can eat those in your ice cream. Okay, enough. I'm already so hungry, so sorry about this. Your task right now is with those cards in front of you, just to sort them into some sort of categories based on what information they're about. So they're all about different types of information that you can collect data on. So you want to sort them out and make some different.
I have duplicates.
Pardon?
Am I supposed to have duplicates?
Oh no. You may have two sets for them.
Yeah, here, this is a duplicate.
If you have a duplicate, just set it aside and I can grab those. So just go through all the little cards, read them, and try and sort them into some sort of categories. So some sort of categories coming from business topics.
Oh shit. Whoa, sometimes I like a good thing.
I don't know, I have to run and go pick up rain boots for my daughter, so I'm gonna I have to go over to Regent for the rain boots. I only buy like second hand because I can't justify spending like $50.
What'd you say?
Sorry? While you're sorting, I also love ice cream grandis, and my mom was very pro-healthy as a child and did not approve of me eating a lot of ice cream. So when I was about 13 and I got to come home before everyone else after school, I would have ice cream, but I would be sneaky about it so my mom wouldn't notice. And so they had a big pail in the basement, like one of those big 4-liter pails, and I just would scoop from the middle so it looked full on the outside. So then they went to actually serve ice cream, and they thought that they had a whole meal. Okay, how are we doing? We got our categories. Okay, so what kind of categories did we make?
I put like the height ones together.
All the height ones together?
I have 5 groups.
Okay, so you did like all the heights together area. And what were your other categories?
Like students.
Looking at like all the different students. Okay. What then did you do?
Once like the number, amount. Distance. Weight.
Okay. 2 eyeballs. That didn't fit. Chris, what did you end up with? Pardon? Looking at like that height and kind of the measurements of them. Okay, so kind of fitting in with what Hudson did there as well. No, what did you do? Number of, so that like amount. Use the game. Okay, Jenna, what about yourself? Like Hudson as well. Anyone do anything different? Or we all fell into kind of those same categories?
Height.
Like looking at amounts, the different types of measurements involved. All right, awesome. So basically, we've got some different ways that we can classify data. And so I'm just going to project a video to kind of quickly explain. You don't have to look at
It's easier to understand discrete data by saying it's the opposite of continuous data. Continuous data is infinite and impossible to count. For instance, your weight can take on every value in some range. Let's dig a bit deeper into this. You get on the scale, and the screen shows 150 pounds, or 68.0389 kilograms. But this is just an approximation. If you gain 0.01 pounds, the figure on the scale is unlikely to change, but your new weight will be 150.01 pounds, or 68.0434 kilograms. Now, think about sweating. Every drop of sweat reduces your weight by the weight of that drop. But once again, a scale is unlikely to capture that change. Your exact weight is continuous for you. It can take on an infinite amount of value, no matter how many digits there are after the dot.
I probably should be listening to what's happening.
To sum up,
Thank you.
your weight can vary by incomprehensibly small amounts and is continuous, while the number of children you want to have is directly understood or discrete. Just to make sure, here are some other examples of discrete and continuous data. Grades at university are discrete. A, B, C, F, or 0 to 100%. The number of objects in general, no matter if bottles, glasses, tables, or cars, they can only take integer values. Money can be considered both, but physical money like banknotes and coins are definitely discrete. You can't pay $1.24. You can only pay $1.24. That's because the difference between two cents of money can be 1 cent at most. What else is continuous? Apart from weight, other measurements are also continuous. Examples are height, area, distance, and time. All of these can vary by infinitely smaller amounts, incomprehensible for a human. Time on a clock is discrete, but time in general isn't. It can be anything like 72.123456 seconds. We are constrained in measuring weight, height, area, distance, and time by our technology, but in general, they can take on any value. All right, these are the types of data. If you found this video interesting,
Tells you that it'll hold your So, just in terms of understanding, you want to grab your notepad, set your cards aside from, well, actually before you move your cards, did you kind of already start sorting them into these different categories? Like, naturally, we do have a tendency to sort some things into, like, you would call it discrete piles, do you think? Do you look at whatever pile that you have? Yes, no? Still need some clarification on what discrete and contiguous data is. Alright, if you grab your workbooks, we'll put some definitions in and talk about it a little bit more. If you have one, who doesn't have one?
Fucking son of a business.
I was going through the service survey, and I know some people decided that they prefer to work digitally. For people who prefer that, would you want, I have put out our full workbook through your personal tab, so you're more than welcome to work on it in OneNote instead of on paper, if that's your personal preference. Well, right now we're actually just going to start on page 3 because I'm going to give you some more definitions, and then we'll do the
Wait, on
page 3 is where like all of our like listed terminology is. Way at the beginning. To keep like a running list of language. Page 3. So, I want to take a stab at explaining what is categorical data. We give the examples of like yes and no, types of cars. Okay, so categorical data is things that we're not necessarily measuring, but things that we count based on categories, different types or types of like apps, cars, but we're gonna have titles to things and it's not gonna be numbers that are necessarily associated with it. So that in terms of like putting a definition to it, it's data. Can everyone read that okay? Is it like too thick or having your way probably? Okay, so data. That is classified. Titles. And counted. Not measured. So this would be looking at like the different apps you use on your phone and like how often you use them. Kind of thing. Does that make sense? So did you know that you could find that on your phone? It's kind of depressing. I don't recommend it. You can see like the just sheer volume of time that you can sink into something completely useless. So that could be our example. Usage. Sales of cars.
7 hours.
Even again, that yes or no type question, that's a category because you're only counting yeses or no's. There's nothing in between, and it's the yes and no that we're comparing. So discrete and continuous data both have to do with numbers. There's a miracle heading that they gave us in that video. Discrete data is data that has specific possible values. So the example they gave us was, how many kids do you think you want? I don't think I've ever heard anyone say, I want 2.5 children, please. That sounds like a great idea. And we can't really even if you wanted to say that, like, can you really count half a person like Spencer West, even though he only has this from like his rib cage up. Doesn't have a lower half of his body. He still counts as a whole person, and so does my brother, who is probably about the half the height of my husband. They all still count as whole people. Okay? So people is an example of discrete data.
Oh wait, this guy came to the
How
school.
many siblings do you have? That is discrete data. How many pizzas can you order? Is discrete data. You're not calling for individual pieces, and even if you do, each place might cut them slightly different sizes, and so all of a sudden we've got like this like gray area where you're never going to order half a piece of pizza, right? Because then like where's the other half? And what qualifies as a half? Is it really a half, or did they just cut it into more pieces? Right? So pizzas would be another example. I'm very hungry. Can you tell? Okay, so number of pizzas. Would be an example. Does that make sense? Like you can't order parts of a pizza, you can't kind of subdivide it. So the key thing here is that discrete data, we're going to be able to count it, and it's going to be those specific values. be divided into any measurement. Okay, and another way you can think of it is that continuous data changes. It doesn't just jump from, okay, I'm ordering one pizza because it's just me, to I'm ordering 2 pizzas because I'm ordering for 4 people. Okay, that's discrete data. We have like that distinct jump of like 1 versus 2. Continuous data would be talking about, say, someone's height. They don't go from being this tall to being this tall overnight, right? They have to go through every measurement between those 2 places. So that's what continuous data is. Does that make sense? That like ability to vary ever so slightly and travel through different measurements. Yeah? Kind of. It's probably the hardest one to like wrap your brain around. So it can change incrementally. Tiny increments. Then you have that really annoying relative that was like, oh my gosh, you're so big all of a sudden. It's like, no, actually, I grew through all the heights between there and there. The best example is time. Time is constantly changing. No matter if we talk about how long this lesson feels or how long you've been alive for, we can subdivide it into minutes, we can subdivide it to seconds, we can subdivide it to microseconds, and keep going down and down and down from there. So if you stick around just like for like 1 minute. Give me 1 more minute. Looking at lesson 3. Plus 2. So just to kind of give us a picture of how this all ties together, we've got like the flow chart from the video, and there is a link. This QR code takes you to a different video, so if you want like a slightly different explanation, just to kind of wrap your brain around it, all the QR codes that you see in this thing in your booklet take you to different videos than the ones I show you in class, and I did that on purpose so that you could get more than one like perspective. So categorical data, continuous data, discrete data, anything in common with all 3? Very obvious answer is the easiest one. They're all data. Yeah. Okay, both discrete and continuous are numerical. But discrete and categorical data actually have a little bit of overlap as well, in that they are kind of they're kind of like clustered and grouped data. Right, that idea of like ordering 1 pizza. I might order 1 pizza for 1 person or 2 people, but the second I'm dealing with 3 people, I'm ordering more. Okay, that kind of clustering of your data. The categorical data, again, is always based on category or subject. Versus discrete data is